Namaste, my friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel and live stream. Um, if you are joining this live now or watching this as a recording, um, I will wait about maybe 5+ minutes before I start the session itself. And what I usually do during this session is that I answer a few questions and talk a little bit about Reiki and the process of healing for a few minutes before we go into the guided meditation and the healing session. So for now, if you're joining, I just want you to find a comfortable space for you, preferably in silence. Um, Tell your friends or family, whoever you might have around you, that you will be unavailable for a little while so that you will not be disturbed. Perhaps also turn off your phone, or at least the sound on your phone. And feel free to share in the comment section or the live chat where you're tuning in from. If you have any questions or anything like that, just send them to me there, and let's engage a little bit. Let's have a little discussion together. Also, I want to ask you, if you feel like it, to put a thumbs up if you like the transmissions that I do, the guided meditations and my videos. Comment, as I said, with any questions you might have or sharing your experience. And also subscribe to my channel if you want to stay up to date with the videos I share every week and the live streamings that I have almost every week now. So yeah, it helps my channel to grow and to show these videos and bring the healing to more people that might need the help that I provide. And it also inspires me to give more of myself to you and anyone else watching. So if you've joined now, please let me know if um, you can hear the sound of the music, and if you can hear my voice. Okay, I'd really like your help if you can put that in the live chat. So right now, while I wait for people to connect to the live stream, I will start activating the Reiki energy and start channeling the energy. So while you're here and watching, just intuitively open yourself up to receive the energy and to just sit here in silence and stillness. Um, if you wish, you can set an intention in your heart what you need help to heal. If there are any concerns in your body, in your mind, in your life that you feel you're struggling with at the moment. So you can say a silent prayer in your heart, in yourself, that you wish for this to be relieved from you, that you wish to understand it, accept it, forgive it, and love yourself fully just the way you are. And this Reiki energy will help flow to you and release these things. Perhaps not in the first session, perhaps not today. It could happen, you never know. But what happens when you put this intention forth first is that you then release it to the universe, release any expectations of what will happen. And The rest is unknown. Thanks, Eva. Something that comes up to me now is this about setting an intention or working towards something in our lives, putting our energy out there to do something that a lot of the time we are expecting some results, whether that's in something we want to heal in ourselves or change in ourselves, or we want to create something for us or our loved ones in the world. And we might want this so much because we feel so separated from this other reality that we want, that we hold on to the results that we want. We hold on to this seemingly separate reality. But in doing so, we're also keeping that reality separated from us, which makes it a lot harder for that to actually manifest in our lives. But as we set an intention from our heart and not our mind, we allow it to be here, to rest here, and we open ourselves up and then allow this to happen on its own, which can be really difficult. Then what seems separate from us, what seems to be out there, will start manifesting around us in here. Because it's this allowance, this opening up, that also allows us to accept and love and have gratitude for everything that we already have, that also allows everything that we would like to have as well to come to us. But we cannot really get it by force, by trying to get something, because we will keep pushing that away from us by believing the mind's elusive sense of separation from, between that which is and that which we believe we do not yet have. So I will be silent now for a few more minutes, and I will activate the Reiki energy, some more symbols, and you can just sit back, relax, open yourself up, feel this intention in your heart, or just feel the presence in your heart, and then we will get going in a few minutes. So if you haven't already, I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Breathe deeply down into your stomach, and then breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Feel how the air is going deep down into your stomach, nourishing your whole body with oxygen, peaceful and calm energy. And breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and feel how you're breathing in the lovely golden white Reiki energy, how it spreads all throughout your body and helps unblock you from all the stuck, stagnated energy that is causing you pain and suffering. And every time you breathe out, you feel how that golden light Reiki energy is bringing with it all that dark, stuck, dense energy on the out breath. If it helps, if you feel a little bit distracted in your mind, you can put your hands or one hand on your heart. You can follow the breath passing through and expanding the lungs, expanding the heart on the in breath, and how it inflates again or deflates on the out breath. So breathe in and feel how the heart is expanding, the expansion of the lungs with the air flowing into you. Feel how the Reiki is flowing into you, calming and centering you. And how that expansion of the heart is including everything in your experience. How it allows everything to be just the way it is. Even pain, even negative thoughts, even stress and tension. The transmission has now ended, but if you feel guided to do so, if you feel that the energy is still working on you, which it probably is, but if you feel that you need to sit in stillness and silence a little while longer, then do so. Otherwise, you can take a deep breath in, breathe out, and start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, move your body a little bit and stretch. Come back into your body, into the room. And slowly open your eyes. Wow. It was very, very, very hot for me. Lots of energy. Um, feel free to share what you experienced if you want to in the chat or the comment section, and give a like if you enjoy this transmission. I really did. When I do the healing, when the energy is moving through me and when I connect to someone, it's very hard for me to distinguish what feelings, what blockages, and what experiences is mine and what experience is yours. But I experience a lot of things going through, and it's just very beautiful sometimes, especially when I can feel that something is releasing and this beautiful openness and stillness that comes after this release. And I guess that some of you experience that as well. It's a very, very sacred process, that one of healing yourself, of releasing beliefs and emotions that have been stored in your body mind. And the good thing about healing is that you really don't have to think or do anything, really. It is on the highest level. It's all about surrender and allowance, and the things will heal by themselves. So when you see me as a healer, for example, or someone else, a guru, or perhaps just someone you look up to, someone you like to listen to because you think that their words they speak are very true and they resonate with you, and you feel relieved when hearing that, or you feel relieved during the meditation or energy transmission. It's not because that someone is giving something to you that you don't have yourself. It's something that is being awakened within you, that already exists within you, but that you to some extent just have forgotten. So you must not take pride, but you must come to this space in the heart where you feel that you are complete. That no one really can give you what it is that you want, because it's already in here. And when you actually realize this, or begin to realize this and see this in glimpses, that is actually the first time when you really start be able to actually receive things from other people and to give things to other people. It's when we can begin to really share who we are and experience other people's individuality and the fullness of their creative and loving expression. I see that some people have dropped off, so before you drop off, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this and spending this time with me. It's absolutely wonderful to do this. I will keep the live stream on for a little while longer because I'm going to discuss a couple of questions that came up during the healing now. So if you feel like it, then stay. Otherwise, I wish you a really nice day. Namaste. So the questions that arose for me, first of all, if you have any questions or any sharings, please put them in the live chat or the comment chat section and we can discuss them a little bit. It would be lovely to get some questions for you and or just hear about your experience during this past. Okay, it's even 40 minutes now. So feel free to share. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to point out is, I don't know if you saw it, but during the healing, sometimes my face changes a lot and my movement changes a lot. I do things with my hands and so on. And when I channel this energy, there's a lot of energy moving through me, and I try to just relax my awareness as much as possible to the back, so to speak, relax into my experience and just become the observer as much as possible. And when this happens, actually the body is starting to do some things on its own, which can sound very, very strange. Going to see if I can find an analogy to compare it to. Well, a little bit like when you move in your sleep, you just your attention or your awareness is outside your body, and the body can do things on its own without your awareness of it. Just that now in meditation, your awareness is still awake, your awareness is still there, you are still there, but you can learn how to relax that and fall into the background and just observe your whole experience, even to the degree that you observe your own body, your own mind, thinking its thoughts, doing its actions without your interference. So during the healing, when the energy is going through me, it is also healing blockages within me, and I can also sometimes feel the pain or blockages in other people, which means that sometimes when pain arises or the energy is going to some blockage and working to release that, also the expression, let's say there was a memory, a situation in my life that happened that was very painful and very sad for me, I might start crying and have the same face I had at that time, because all of those memories are stored in our cells, in our bodies. So the healing energy is helping to find these memories, find these cells, and start to dissolve those memories, or at least the stagnated energy that creates a blockage, that creates an emotional charge in that part of your body. So that's why sometimes I start crying or my face goes like this, or there might be anger, I might look angry and stuff like that, you know. It might look a little bit weird, but it's not. You don't have to watch me at all. It's really not necessary for this to work. So, oh my god. That's very funny. I also want to recommend that you drink a lot of water. It's just like Reiki is like after massage, the body has been shook up, or shaked. So that all of these toxins that you might have been collected and now they want to be flushed out. So providing the body with the necessary nutrients and clean water will help your body to flush all those things out as well. So drink lots of water after this. Mm, Another question. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit. I'm gonna see if I have a good answer to that. Yeah, okay. I will shortly talk about the benefits of meditation and of healing. Meditation doesn't necessarily mean that you sit down and try to focus your mind or anything like that. And healing doesn't mean that you recite a mantra or focus on a specific problem and try to look at it from different angles. It doesn't mean that you necessarily sit and receive energy from someone putting their hands in your face. Um, it is actually the process of, as I said before, relaxing your awareness into the background and really seeing that you are the observer of things. Relax yourself into the background of your experience. Observe what is going on in your mind, what is going on in your body, what is going on in your spirit, and all of these things that we're normally that can be very painful for us and that we suffer a lot from. We start to see that even though there might be some emotional pain or there might be some physical tension because of stress or something like that, and our minds are racing around the clock, when we relax into the background of our experience, we can see that the suffering that was there were created by ourselves by identifying with these experiences. So, what meditation does is that it helps you're teaching yourself again how to fall back into the background of your experience. At least this is one perspective of it. There are so many different levels in there, so you might hear different definitions of it from other people or read about it. But this is just the way that I'm explaining it right now. So you fall back into the background of your experience. You start to observe all of these things happening actually on their own. Thoughts are arising and passing away on their own without your effort. They're just happening. As well, you can come to the point where you see that the body is actually, even in a waking state, is actually doing all the things that you once thought that you were doing, your body is actually doing on its own. Like when you're driving a car, for example, how much of the time are you actually driving the car, and how much of the time are you somewhere else in your thoughts and your mind? So with meditation, we practice on falling back into awareness of everything that is going on. And then the healing aspect comes in. When we see that a very powerful emotional memory has been causing us pain for a very long time. Now, when we disidentify from this, when we start to observe this from another vantage point, and we see that this was in some ways a beautiful moment, it was something that changed us into something different, it brought us on another life path, or just simply that there is no suffering there inherently. There might be inherent pain, right? But there is not suffering. And when you start to see that all of the things that are happening here, even though here at one point in your meditation journey might include your body and your mind, when you see that they're happening on their own and that there is inherently no suffering in those experiences, then the healing parts come in. We start to release these things that have been causing us pain for a long time, and we are filled with natural peace of just being. So the benefits of meditation is not just to calm your mind or to eradicate the mind, but to establish reestablish a connection with your true self, that which you are in essence, and a connection that is always there. But to reestablish this, to reawaken or remember that that is what you are. Then we have other benefits such as just being calm, of course. You can get inner guidance if you are making some decisions in your life. Um, Health, there are lots of studies on meditation that it improves the immune system, it improves your sleep, it even improves your productivity and efficiency when doing certain tasks. You'll be able to focus longer, and yeah, there are lots of benefits. So yeah, there are lots of benefits with meditation. And let's see if I will answer. I will probably talk a few more minutes here. If you have any questions or you have any experiences that you want to share from the healing, then feel free to do so in the live chat or comment section. I really love to engage with you guys. Guys, of course, including girls, women, and everyone. I don't really like that expression, but it's become so commonly used, so I cannot refrain myself from using it from time to time. Yeah, does healing work? That's a very, very common question, I would say. If you're coming into this, if you're coming from never having experienced meditation, healing, read any spiritual books, or listened to any spiritual teachers, or any topics that might be considered spiritual, you might think that this is really weird. It's you cannot anywhere in your mind believe that something like this would work to help you in any ways. And that's quite okay. It's very normal to have those thoughts and beliefs, because it's often so very different from what we might have, what we're used to in our lives. And not too long ago, just a couple of years ago, I would not have believed that I would be doing this. I probably didn't even know that this existed, Reiki, or any healing modality where another person helps a person to release emotional blockages. Except for traditional psychology or traditional psychiatric tools like that. But healing does work. It really does. And the more you do it, the more you experience healing like this, or the more you practice healing on yourself in using any tools or any modalities, the more you start to sense, well, the more sensitive you become to energy, first of all, but the more you also start to recognize the process of healing oneself. How that, even though it cannot be said to be, in one way, because it's always, it's in every possible way. You start to see that you cannot really know anything, you cannot really force anything, you cannot do anything from here really, but it's only when we surrender from residing within our minds and we fall back into the heart that healing happens on its own. So I cannot tell you and convince you, and I wouldn't want to try to convince you that healing works and that meditation works. But the only way for you to realize that is to practice yourself. And most often we come to this point when we're ready to break out from our standard way of thinking and our standard beliefs, default beliefs, when we come to a point of, and we've been suffering for a very long time, and there's something that happens in our lives that really just opens us up to try new things. And when we have that opening that is happening actually within the heart, and then eventually the mind just surrender itself, that's when we start to see that a lot of the things that we before perhaps didn't even realize existed, but you know, even less thought would work, they're actually the things that work the best for us, because they're attending to the root cause of things, the root cause of our problems. I used to study neuroscience and applied positive psychology, and inevitably we learned about psychology and the more negative aspects of psychological therapy. um, when we're working in traditional, I don't even want to call them traditional, when we're working in the Western sense of healing, when we're trying to fix ourselves or improve ourselves, often we're trying to fix the effect of things. We're trying to mend the symptoms, manage the symptoms even. A lot of the time, not even heal and cure, but we're trying to manage the symptoms. But with meditation, with healing, and all of these practices that help you to discover yourself, to discover your inner world and inner experience, in those practices, we are diving deep into the causes of these effects. And wouldn't that be a much better way to approach things, to dig up the root of some weeds that are plaguing our garden, instead of just cutting off the leaves or cutting the top of the plant off? We're actually ripping it up from the ground, from the roots. Of course, that analogy sounds a little bit more violent than the path of healing and meditation usually is, but I think you get the point. So yes, for me personally, healing does work, and for many people I know, it does work. It's strange to say, but it does work. There are a lot of things that we cannot see, but that are there and that are helping us. All right, that was that. And I think that I might just end here. If there are no questions or no sharings of your experience, then I think we're gonna finish for now. Again, I want to thank you for being here with me this past hour. It's wonderful to have this time with you. I hope that it was of value to you. You are the reason I'm doing this, and in any way I can support you, I will. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish you a beautiful, beautiful Sunday and ending of this weekend and starting of the new week tomorrow. Many blessings, infinite love. Namaste.